Murdoch, the express engine. Murdoch was enjoying his new life on the island of Sodor. He enjoyed the open stretches of the countryside, rumbling quietly along with heavy goods trains.
I've never seen an engine pull so many trucks before. I think I saw you taking some of James's trucks too.
He did not!
James did not want to admit that he did indeed need the big engine's help.
Have you ever pulled coaches before?
Only once or twice when there was no other engine available. It certainly made a nice change, but...
It wasn't dignified. Only big engines like me can pull coaches. You'd never see a slow freight engine pull the express as well as I can.
The other engines frowned. Murdoch, however, just fell quietly asleep. A few days later, the fat controller arrived at the sheds. He was covered in bruises and bandages.
Gordon has crashed into our new station.
The engines looked at him with worried expressions.
I'm alright, but Gordon needs to go to the works and I need an engine to take the express.
James and Henry looked at him eagerly.
Not you two. An engine I can spare. I could arrange for Boco again, or perhaps...
The fat controller looked around and his eyes landed on...
Murdoch, could you take the express today?
Well, if you need me to, sir,
Murdoch's pulled coaches before, sir.
Splendid. Off you go, Murdoch. It's due out soon, so hurry it on to the station.
Murdoch was abashed, but agreed. The passengers were surprised to see Murdoch backing down onto their train. They made such a fuss over him that the guards had trouble getting them on board.
They should be fussing over me. Just because he's big, strong, and orange doesn't mean he's the greatest engine ever. I bet he can't go fast or on branch lines like I can.
You never know. He could do both and rescue you again.
Teased Thomas.
Would you like a helping push, Murdoch?
No, thank you, smiled Murdoch, as his massive driving wheels began to move. Thomas watched in amazement as the big engine pulled slowly and grandly out of the station. Murdoch was making good time along the main line. The coaches trundled smoothly behind him, more smoothly than any truck did. He was puffing hard, but his driver was concerned.
I'm worried about the hill, old boy. Shall we get Edward to push us?
No need, as long as the passengers don't mind me slowing down. Murdoch reached the bottom of Gordon's Hill and slowly began to climb. The heavy coaches began to hold him back, but Murdoch knew what to do. This is what I was built for, he said to himself. And slowly but surely, he hauled the express to the top of the hill. Henry was coming the other way. He was amazed, but also a little jealous. Soon, Murdoch arrived at the workstation.
Goodness me, I wasn't expecting to see you at the express, Murdoch.
Am I late? He panted wearily.
Not at all, Murdoch.
Smiled the fat controller, who stepped out of one of the coaches.
Right on time and excellent work. I didn't know you could pull coaches so well. After what I've seen, I'm going to keep you on express duties until Gordon comes back.
Murdoch felt flattered, but also very, very worried. But neither Skarloey or the fat controller noticed. Murdoch continued to pull the express for the rest of the week, but then, late one evening, the engines arrived back at the sheds to find Murdoch wheezing heavily and looking very worn out indeed.
What's the matter, Murdoch?
Murdoch tried to reply, but he had no energy to.
He's fine. He's a big, strong engine, isn't he?
Shut up, James.
Silence!
Boomed the fat controller.
Beg pardon, sir, but aren't you still injured?
I'm fine, thank you. Well done again on your efforts with the express, Murdoch. You deserve a rest after a long week, especially since you'll be out first thing tomorrow with it.
Murdoch stopped wheezing, and he took a deep breath. Sir, could someone else take the express?
But you've done
But
so
you've done
well.
so well.
I have enjoyed pulling coaches again over the last few days, but it's such a fast train that I've been busting my boiler to get to the end of the line in time, and... The Fat Controller raised his hand for silence. Then he looked at Murdoch.
I understand now, Murdoch. You prefer your long, slow goods trains, don't you?
Murdoch felt sheepish and looked shyly at his buffers.
Does this mean I can take the express now, sir?
You can learn to accept your limits first, James. Just like Murdoch here, and...
He broke off, for Murdoch had fallen fast asleep.